Now, an update on Kim Kardashian West's conviction that some prison convicts don't get a fair shake. The reality star made headlines lobbying the White House on behalf of several inmates, including Matthew Charles, as part of a larger fight for prison reform. Today, Charles reveals that the efforts by Kim and other advocates to win his release worked, but not before some very trying times.
My heart was like beating, I was happy, excited.
52-year-old Matthew Charles is describing his exhilaration after learning that he would be released from federal prison for a second time. That's right, a second time. In 1996, Charles was convicted for several crimes and sentenced to 35 years in prison.
When I first went to federal prison over 20 years ago, I was arrested for selling crack cocaine possession.
At the time, that stiff 35-year sentence met federal sentencing guidelines. But in 2010, those guidelines were changed and Charles's sentence was considered too harsh. Since Charles was an exemplary prisoner with no infractions, he was set free.
I was released from federal prison after serving 21 years and 5 months on July 14th of 2016 because I already had the amount of time that was required.
Charles proved himself to be a model citizen on the outside as well. But prosecutors appealed his release, arguing Charles's sentence should stand because the law was not retroactive. The government won, and Charles was sent back to prison in May of 2018.
I would say that I was broken, I was disappointed, but I wasn't angry. It was a feeling, I guess, to where I had a taste of freedom and it was being snatched away from me again. So it was like a roller coaster of emotions.
Enter Kim Kardashian West and others advocating for clemency or a presidential pardon for Charles. At the same time, the First Step Criminal Reform Act was being considered. It would make all federal sentences retroactive to the guidelines under the new law. The act passed and was enacted in December of last year.
It said that I had served well over the amount of time that was sufficient for my crimes, which entitled me to be immediate release.
Charles had been back in prison for 7 months when he got the good news. He was released on January 3rd. Charles says he still can't believe Kim Kardashian West would be interested in his case enough to help him.
I did tweet thanking Miss Kim Kardashian West, and she tweeted me back when saying, "Bless you, Matthew." So that was Cloud 10 type activity for me.
Matthew Charles says that he has yet to meet Kim, but he would certainly love to and looks forward to thanking her in person someday.